We are back here at Valorant Americas with NRG versus Leviatán, and LEV did it. They push us to the max here. They push us to a third map, and it's gonna get cold, even though it's summertime. We're going on to Icebox, and we'll see what both teams have for each other here to see if they can pull out the victory.
Yeah, both teams playing usually playing the double controller here on Icebox with, yeah, don't do that. Let's see a tech pause. Caster Red Bull all over the desk. That said, though, we're looking at Agent Select, and there's actually a change coming out this time from Leviatán. Respectable, too, because the week ones, or the last 2 times that they played the map with the double controller with Harbor and Viper, it didn't really pay out in their favor. They're going for the more basic things, unless Sato hasn't really locked in his agent yet. I know why it's praying for Yoru, but I think going into this standard composition for the map of Icebox is probably a winning recipe here against, or just in general. And it looks like Sato will definitely lock into this Jet. On the other side, though, double controller on the side of NRG, so nothing changed there.
Always easy to be taking space, using these harbor walls just to dart behind them and get that quick take on any quadrant. See how NRG puts that to use here? Is Leviatán. Can Sato bring that momentum in, Vans? Crazy. Same with Mata, as Wyatt was saying, too. Spicy stuff, but I do like the comps, as we were saying, coming into this one. The tried and true usually takes the favor here, but we'll see if Leviatán can spice it up a bit.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they're spicing it up by pulling out this Sage. If you're looking on paper, though, it still serves the same purpose when you're pulling out a Harbor with a Sage. You're trying to slice up the map, divide the map, give yourself some small plants. The Cove kind of helps you to save yourself from bullets, but not really from shock dart molly combinations here that couldn't really allow for you to get a full plant. While the Sage wall, you could get lucky. You could bounce off that wall. It's fortified at the same time too, and it's really good for the retakes. And especially on these pistol rounds, it's probably the best piece of util that you currently have on Icebox. And Okeanos is already buying it going into the pistol.
Yeah. Where do they go? What do they do? Actually, quick push up and jump coming in from Okeanos just to stay safe on the pipes. But the play for NRG here lurks towards that left side. Dropping wall at about half, so they'll take a few seconds here just to get themselves in. And it's going to be asking a lot here from Sato, but he has the turret to make him aware that he'll need to be taking shots. Oh my gosh, Sam was even more ready though. Cove goes down just like you said for protection. So does the plant, and I say NRG has all the time in the world to set up some defense.
Yeah. Full rifle support coming out here from, or should I say, big pistol support for NRG. Yeah. Leviatán's already back for the rotate.
Just taking shots over the Omen playground area. As they are stuck in this little cut, it's going to be enough for Tex to hit 2. Goes for the quick reload so he can get back into the fight with the rest of the team. And there's a heal coming through as well from Okeanos as Tex gets back to healthy. There's a third headshot. He gets taken down only from the flank that comes from the top. Scuba able to get that attention, able to get those kills, and he delays the spike even more without being able to peek. They're playing his life, playing the time. Super smart stuff coming in from the rookie, and he's going to prevent Okeanos from the defuse. NRG, get the pistol.
Great shooting from a lot of these players from both teams. Again, NRG going with 2 shares, Ghost, just to support around the Ethan plant that went for utility so he could go for at least the guaranteed round, which just happened there for NRG to win off time with the spike going off. Leviatán side though, just a Sheriff and a turret on the side of Tex that got great value out of that one. Already almost halfway to his ult. In this eco round, you see that Leviatán are focusing a lot of their resources towards the A side. Recon Dart to try to gain some space moving forward. It's actually just to try to maximize the orb, so Calm will pick that up. Tex, meanwhile, they are at least playing a 4-1, so they can hear for information, so Tex will hear that drone. Once again, going for another Sheriff in this eco.
Oh, wow. Everybody's creeping in. They're going to try to waterfall off of this if anything possible. Still watching underneath, but this fight is going to go down in sight. There's no other way. Mata gets one, just shots through that wave wall. And it's only going to favor NRG right now to be able to fire back from the angles of protection. 2 left, Tex and Com look to avoid these orbs but find themselves some exits. So nice first few rounds from NRG, staying healthy, keeping the weapons in, and even for Brock here, didn't even have to buy, so they're really going to bring some cash into the next round.
Yeah, and Mata continues to add great value in the outlaw buys.
Yeah.
Aggressive, gets the picks, escapes, keeps it into the next round.
Oh, too many heads. Not enough bullets. And that's just a quick one here. So an Altdorf does go. Tech should be able to find the spike for this one, so not a problem. Now the gun round. We have attempted A, for an attempt rather. It's been a push-up from Okeanos and one push-up from Com, as you mentioned, to get that orb. We'll see how big of a priority it is to fight for that space each time here now that we're onto the bonus.
We'll have to see for Leviatán's side if they want to continue to add this type of aggression. The previous round they did it off the recon dart on the A side, so they could fast rotate towards A, and they actually had a great number of bodies there to try to stop that push. But into the rifle round, you see here that you're going for full armors for those that could buy, so you're definitely respecting here the outlaw that was wielded by Mata, but instead, Mata's going for a rifle to try to take mid control. The outlaw is actually in the hands of Ethan, so they could try to play the long range on the A site and prevent this push from happening from Leviatán, while the rest could start creeping up and playing the buddy system to trade out for the mid control.
Ooh. About to be seen. Traded out the quick actions of Mata, but he's going to be ready for the backstab here. He gets the timing on Okeanos, and the crouch is not going to be enough to deter the aim of Mata right now. Pinpoint accuracy. Tex tries to answer back, but finds the end of Mata gun as well. And now they just continue to work off these pushes. Lev got very aggressive here on this bonus to see if they could get the upper hand.
I mean, that was so nice coming out here from Mata once again.
Yeah.
Just him moving around, instant trades. You see that he cloud bursts to walk across and tries to stay alive to support the team on the actual hit for the site. But as his team gets picked off, decides to run back up to go for another instant trade. So yeah, it's up to Sato. He's had some big moments in the previous map. Now having to play a jet where he can't escape, doesn't have a dash to work with. Looks like he'll decide here to save the weapon into the next round.
It's going to have to be a switch up of how I think Lev's covering things to get him to feel comfortable. A lot of movements in those rounds to bring somebody down hallway, and then you lose Okeanos just behind Kitchen. That to be covered would get so many people leaving their first safe angles that they want to be covering at the beginning of the round. Sato rather, just looking around for a final frag here, but also to stay safe with his Vandal.
NRG have already shown a different look in their bonus round. Instead of going for the consistent hit towards this B side, their early mid control on that end. Playing rifle to rifle, toe to toe, converting a bonus round on their side and 3 spike plans. That's huge money moving into the later rounds, at least for the next few, if Leviatán cannot get these trades out. You have 2 players that have yet to find their first frag here in this map, and it's Com and Sato.
He used it all in the second map.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works? Nothing left. Nah, he's have to wait for that turn on here. Still has the Vandal. Could be a hero rifle. Supported by some sheriffs over on that B site. And okay, there's still a focus for Com to get up there. He's realizing that Brock and the team can't do too much unless they throw the Viper's Bite and a shock dart on that.
Actually didn't do to try to deny the orb control with this composition, something that happens quite often for how you want to take A site control and even orb control. But I mean, at this point, you'll still get a plant which allows for you to get the Reckoning in the next round. So it doesn't really matter that you give the orb away here to Com. You still get site control, you still get post-plant position, vertical positions as well. Very good spot to clear this out.
Waiting for that wall just a little bit. Actually refresh there as you see it pop forward just a little bit more with another cascade. Is that the hit from Sato that they want? This Vandal just missing to the side, and it gives Scuba enough time to answer back here. He is actually firing on all cylinders. Thought that was Scuba for a second, but Sam was able to get that kill from a different position. 4 for NRG.
And we talk about an economy that was flowing here since they converted their bonus. That last round in the anti-eco with the exception of Sato saving that Vandal, they actually made it out with only using util. Full armor for the whole roster. And they don't have to buy that much going to this one. It's just util that they have to buy. So a lot of them are going to be maxed out in the next round, and they have ults to work with. While Leviatán have yet to close in, with the exception of Tex. He's the only one that's been finding some sort of footing since the pistol round. And a kill on this line with this type of buy could give Leviatán a chance to fight back.
There's Sato's first. Get this guy online to make him feel better about a few more of these engagements. Still going for it, too. Even down a little bit is not going to stop him. Still got to make some potential plays. As he stays insert there, it's going to be a lot of work now coming in for King to call everybody back and read this play. Ooh. Yep, that'll be one to start it. He hears the footsteps, and that's going to seek him out as that Cascade or ultimate comes through from Harbor. Oh, they're just pushing right in. Ethan kind of getting aggressive on that one. Thinking the wall was down maybe and the team could help. Oh, wow, they're making NRG have to push forward to figure out where the next kills are, knowing this huge flank is coming up behind them. And that's going to be Sato and Calm, who've been looking for a few kills of their own here and are starting to be a part of the fights.
The Harbor wall was just unlucky there from Mata. Couldn't find the right angle to try to punish King towards that back, who he himself, as the IGL from Leviatán, played such a huge hero play. He pushed all the way up because you're still playing information on the back end. Texas forced all the way back towards that spawn. So he has to run up to find information, gets a Dinka kill, delays enough to help his teammates rotate across. He even gets a round of multi-kills again. Great round to start here to kick off the first round for Leviatán on the defensive side. As they try to push forward on the belt, but Ethan punishes Sato.
Pretty hurt for it, but yeah, coming up with the kill is the big thing there. And that would have been Sato really starting to feel online if he could get another forward push like that to work. Fake dash in, but the team is still going to start to continue. The ping doesn't get the kill. Ethan on 3 as Sam tries to get in there and soften him up a little bit more for Brock to finalize that kill onto Tex. Tex had his ult too, so they're fighting forward here. It's not going to be a lockdown round for Lev. And NRG is going to look like to cruise right through with 5 here.
He's 300 credit short. His drop kills are insane right now. Getting so much value on how NRG were closing that gap. Instead of playing rifles to rifles, trust the sawed-off weapon to just get immense value, and it does.
I mean, at this point, the amount we actually see shorties in situations is very, very high. You get into those super close quarter combat situations with the spike down, and one of the best things you can have.
But the execution for NRG was quite nice. Having Mata just dash away instead of into the site, so you could just try to force the opponents to just try to take him down, and they get value off a recon dart into sight from Brock. They ping out so many players out from Leviatán, couldn't get into position to even anchor and try to fight the way that they can, which is also surprising on the side of the defense here for Leviatán, that you're playing backside and trying to do these type of plays.
I broke dart and one-tapped the jet belt. Am I a Himothy?
He has questions. Last week he said, "Am I the Terminator?"
Well, for 2 weeks now. Last week with util and support here for the team. This time with great calls for the mid round, end round, as we saw on Lotus.
Yeah.
Getting opportunities also to frag out on Haven, and this time on Icebox. Maybe he is Himothy for today.
Possibly. He was, Mata was kind of taking all of his kills the first map, we'll say that, but he's starting to Himothy. Starting. This timeout here, coming in for Leviatán to sort things out. Figure out where these next 4 rounds are going to come from as they have to deal with, Scuba's ultimate, but a few of their own. Tech still has that lockdown, so maybe giving space with the knowledge of full retake or having a bit of a mid push might work out. As they set up a little power play there. Let's see if Sato, or I'm sorry, Calm and Tex get anything going in that area.
Yeah, and that's why I found it surprising. I don't know if he had it all right on the half or if he got it dying into this one, but let's say he had it. They could have played soft side there with how quick NRG came through and pushed them back.
All 4 go to A? They're ready.
Yeah, I mean, trying to leverage Sato's rifle on the hero here, and the rest of them playing pistols to support.
Ooh, is the ping enough to activate? Cascade goes down and they don't find anything off it. High tide covers the left. High lows are being played to try to break the crosshairs, but Sato He's going to be able to keep that aim under control as he still looks for a few more. Just some love taps from atop the screen, but nothing going to come of it there as Scuba does find Sato in the mix. And now it is that 3v4 in favor of NRG.
Could have been big there if Tex got another pick through, because that would be 2 weapons upgraded as NRG decide to fall back and fake the fallback. We're going to walk back into the A site.
Yeah, they pulled a peek out. Drawing fights on just about both sides of 410. Oh, just seeing the hair. Ethan got to get a haircut on that one if he didn't already, and this is going to be spiked down, making it very tough for Scuba in this situation. Everybody's low, though. It is doable. Scuba on the trail, knows where one is, so he's going to go for number 2 and see if he can capitalize on this knowledge. Drops the gas. King's going to go down as well. Scuba with 3. The rookie shaking off any nerves.
And that's what Scuba is expected of Scuba going into Tier 1. If you're unfamiliar with this player, he's been so amazing in the controller role. Moving into the VCT stage, onto the VCT stage, has had more responsibility as a Sentinel role, but him playing in on Icebox as a controller, right into his wheelhouse. The patience that he displays just to try to figure out where Okeanos was playing. Just a beautiful Red Bull clutch. And NRG are now running away here with the first half of Icebox. Cascade now to push forward. King forced to fall back. Even love taps and a ping. No util to help him out.
King is down. Tarnish the crown to start the round, and now it's going to be another push from Scuba. Finds Tex on the loud rotation there through Kitchen. He thought he was completely safe. The timing NRG has impeccable, and Lev isn't even ready for these moments.
Even in these rifle rounds, the way that they're playing with the Sage, still trying to leverage maybe walls for retakes with the plants. You've seen sometimes some teams try to play aggressive themselves and try to just block out a lane so they could support more players instead of playing King solo right there in front of that B site. Quite surprised too of how that round played across here when Sato brings out the operator. He still has 2 players with him to fight on that side, and I think it's just the beauty of the condition that NRG has been doing here for the past few rounds.
Won't expect another one right away. Oh, the audio just clicked in on that left side. What a tough fight, knowing that people are coming from every direction.
I mean, the op stays at least here for the side of Leviatán. They have full ults in the arsenal. Blade Storm, that means, is available for Sato. You could maybe go for some sort of play. Remember, you have Okeanos in the roster here for the team. You could play Blade Storm off on the Sage. Trying to anchor up, gamble up the way that you did.
True.
Now elevation, with the op from Okeanos probably wouldn't happen, but it looks like they're gonna just opt on having Sato trying to peek through here.
Oh, the cascade for safety. He's gonna go to the peak. Sato pulls off an unbelievable shot there. Almost gets the quick scope as well. Back up onto pipes when he sees it's going to be Mata trying to come over and create a little bit of a fight between the two. Standing tall, he's going to have to get out as it gets a little too sweaty for him in there, but he hasn't hardly taken any damage as Mata actually drops him with a pinpoint shot. Calm. Trying to sort the team back out and let them know. Calm with the 3K coming off of the Hunter's Fury from Icebox Spawn. Name a more iconic moment. And now it's going to be even more from the team. Tex gets Ethan with the Sheriff, and it turns around in a second round for Lev just like that.
And thanks to the res, it becomes a flawless round pretty much for the side of Leviatán. But what a shot from Sato to kick things off. Disrespecting the Molly, thrown by Som. We gotta see that. Oh, I mean, I wish we had that on the replay because that was such a sick shot to engage everything here on that side, and a triple kill from Calm with the Hunter's Fury from that spawn.
Jeez.
I feel like there was potentially even a slow orb to combine with that. Thrown here by Okeanos. So it definitely looked like one of the players had a hard time falling back here from the ult. That said, this round now we're forcing the orb once again on the back of Calm, picks it up, even goes for a deep drone. So now the controls towards mid and B site for Leviatán. Almost seems like you're starting to see Leviatán taking a driver's seat here on defense.
Yellow, all NRG's property right now as they start to move forward. This got him into a little bit of trouble last time when they started moving, but they use the horizontal wall instead of allowing a bit of that space towards Snowman for safety. Wow, Mata's so far forward here.
They have to be aware of that one, though, because that wall went deep towards that spawn, and Leviatán had no information on that side.
Jumping across, that's going to be a solo hit from Sato. Jeez, just the one tap. Another one from Sam. Every corner Lev turns right now is a deadly one, and it's the same thing for Tex. Can they sign off with one more in the comm? Yes, they can. Mata and squad take it right back for an 8-2 scoreline.
And that's where it slowly falls apart for the side of Leviatán. I mean, Okeanos still checks that corner, so it becomes a duel that once again is won by Mata. Remember when he held that angle against Mata inside Kitchen, still lost that fight. And then right here where Sato doesn't clear the corner where Sam is at, that was basically the nail in the coffin. Allowing NRG to just have a clean pulse plant out in the open where they could set up a crossfire from yellow, back green, and also from the spawn from where Mata was at. Leviatán realizing the fast tempo on that side, they have to add more players to support. And that's where I would have thought Okeanos moving forward to set up that wall, but it's instead to set up Sato with the op.
I suggest you move.
Oh, completely clearing the site. NRG has it free for the taking right now, but it doesn't want to be given up. King actually stays quite close there. Gets himself into a predicament, and now, oh no, the rotation around Scuba has been such a thorn in the side of Leviatán on Icebox.
I mean, they're in great positions for the pulse plant now for NRG. No, they do not have to worry about a flank.
Worry about a flank. They got 2 shock darts, an updraft if Mata needs to reposition and really get some crosshairs broken to boot. And yeah, oh, this is so annoying. So high up, but he's got to keep his eyes forward, focused on the enemy, and that's NRG. 9-2 on the first half now.
Recon Dart even had 2 pings coming out. Nobody to break it on that side. And an insert that was unexpected on the side of NRG, where Scuba gets that pick from the garage. That is just so unlucky, where I was just mentioning that previous round that Leviatán seems like they had the right footing to take the driver's seat on a defense, but NRG's been controlling this the whole time.
If they have the site, it's theirs. And we're hardly seeing it be taken back unless NRG pushes forward out of the site again.
Yeah, but I mean, for that type of hit, and also to have Scuba still inserted towards garage, that was never shown by NRG's side. So you're staying deep in that playbook, and Leviatán goes back into the guessing game of where the next hit's coming for NRG. 5 players now grouped up together. Now look how early this drone is coming out from combat middle. Sees nothing there. They have A side control. They're thinking it's towards B at least.
They should have strong numbers here. It's definitely not the soft site for NRG as Mata goes ahead and tries to go for the push through again. It's going to be a different wall. Not horizontally against the site, but perpendicular, as now they keep these quadrants to fight in, and Lev's going to benefit from this right away.
Haven't planted yet.
Com wants to push through, not using too much util yet. Waiting for the team to clear the spots, and they just wait for the wall to drop for the surprise kill. Brock on yellow, low, and all eyes trained on him.
Sato picking up the last kill as well to salvage the round for Leviatán in round number 12. All came down to great scaling towards the end, though, for NRG to move up towards that B site, but you just had to win your fights in the back there. And that just unlucky. Missed timing on that harbor wall coming up. Okeanos gets a free kill, and everything falls like dominoes on the side of NRG towards the end. Although, they take the lead now with a 9-3 curse.
Well, we still have one more half to go going through this matchup, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 9-3 is where NRG left off versus Leviatán here on Icebox on map 3 as well. We've gone back and forth here from Lotus to Haven, and now NRG has just come out swinging on the attack side of Icebox. Let's see if they can put up some stellar defense. It's Lev's turn now to see if the playbook is the right one to grab the win today.
Again, you'll see similar lines on how Leviatán will attack the sites here. The Sage Wall is going to help them, just like the Cove will. But that change, or the difference here, is that you won't be able to pressure as much as NRG did here on their attack side. That said, though, Leviatán focusing on an A-site hit. Som is playing Alatex, has a share to work with, and using the turret for aggressive info.
Keeping a little height here, 410 cover. They had to hear Som's little jump there. I don't think they know where it goes from that point.
It was all silent.
Few steps for Com coming in. Oh, that doesn't see me. Man, they're just going to walk this one right out. Som being very patient as well in this situation, so credit to him. Does King keep lurking, or is he just going to call him back before they make a move? Inserted A now, and man, NRG is ready to defend A, so this could work out beautifully for Lev.
Yeah, it was double inserts, and this time focusing the call. King is definitely bringing everybody towards that B site. Bana is going to play it alone, but still has dash to work with. No cloud burst. Not needed yet. Can still hold the angle and fight and escapes here, and he's going to play his numbers. Wait for the team to rotate across.
Ooh, okay, Tex. Been waiting to get that mid coverage in, was watching for the turret first, and now Kianos trades one across. They are going to be able to get the site over towards B, but it's still NRG thinking this is going to be with an A hit because of that mid pressure being so constant.
10 seconds left.
What a sell.
They continue to play inserts. This time it's calm on middle. We'll hear the rotate of 2 players. Unexpected is a third, and finally gets info on all 3.
Oh, can he do it again? Another one from Com under the pressure of 2 more players. And now they can wait this out. Still a 2v2, but that's low for NRG. The Sheriffs are going to have to hit heads almost immediately with Ghosts in both the hands of Leviatán's players.
That shock dart did so much damage there on Tamada.
Last player standing.
Almost a guaranteed round now. Mata gives his position away.
Okeanos coming up with a few kills. Wouldn't be too bad to have that res up as well going into these rounds.
You want to see that here from Okeanos' side. He was a little bit more quiet in how he was getting shut down on the defensive end. But this time forced up to play around his walls, getting the plants down, getting res up. Definitely starts seeing his value here on the Sage on the attack side.
Yeah, Banca probably just watching his team be at the wrong side each time there.
Why they over-rotate probably at this
Very
point.
hard.
Now anti-eco for Leviatán. A solo play. Once again, it's Som towards this A site. NRG been leveraging this KJ to hold this area on the past 2 rounds. I'm going to try to activate Mata a little bit more around the B mid area. Want to focus on that in the later rounds. But all of them are basically playing themselves a little line to support each other into an orange side hit from Leviatán.
Here.
But it's a wrong read for now. Leviatán can just drone in and realize there's only Som playing for now, and be a free plant.
Yeah. Drone or some easy eyes to enter the site. Get Sato online, top plant, so they can go for very big post-plant plays here, especially with that nest plant. And now they just keep it safe. 2 of them back a site, though. I mean, they are against Classics, but they're just going to help each other out with the power of these Phantoms.
Oki found so much information.
Okay, the Spectre's kind of doing some work, fans. The upgrades are coming through. Looks like they could get Sato. No, he hasn't gotten an upgrade just yet. And the Sheriff shot misses on the first one. So another good push for Lev here. Control on the site, control on grabbing it, and we see Sato very much just the front of walking into these with a drone to enter in when they know it's a lower buy. And they can get away with it.
It did some damage there onto
Yeah.
That was annoying. I don't know if he was trying to tap onto that spike and couldn't just got into the rope every single time, but at least he'll die to spike. That's Leviatán now winning their anti-eco. Mata's already going for the operator, a glass cannon, as you just saw here before we went into the replay. But this, it was just easy. Coming out here from Leviatán's side, all that information was gathered on how Okeanos was just jiggling around his own wall towards screens. Saw here Ethan down towards his wall, 2 players up towards heaven. So you just get your lines set up. You're seeing what NRG should have been doing here on their A side with this Viper Wall shot guard combination. You're doing that here with slow orbs on that end. Trying to deny orb control on the defensive side, but if they want to commit towards that side, I mean, they'll beat up with Mata's operator.
I don't know if they want to find that. Nobody's even gone right side. I mean, Com took this Marshall away from Tex. So you can even tell that they want to play a little bit more post plan if they can get the distance on one of these sites. And back towards B.
You can have such a deep drone coming in here from White. That will maybe force, maybe not after that. The drone came through, spotted 2 players across, and now NRG knows that this is just a fake on either end. They can keep their numbers clear at 2-1-2 and just leverage their weapons here against the bonus.
Oh, okay, I thought they were going back. They were just doing it for a bit of pressure to make sure nobody made it in between these 2 coming through now from Sato and Okeanos, the duo. They get into sight here. It looks like they're going to be able to get at least a free plant, maybe some util damage, but it should be a post plant. Sam wants to make that post plant a little bit easier for the team with a quick kill and stays anchoring inside the site. Scuba from Snowman's able to capitalize on 1-2. And this is going to make LEV rethink everything that's happening. Another round that they decided to take down to the clock is not going to be to their benefit. And they've only caused themselves more problems here. Tech's able to get forward and get one. Not enough time to plant anymore. They're just looking to finalize some kills, get some weapons out of the hands of NRG, and a round slightly fumbled there by LEV. Goes right to NRG.
What is going on here for that round? One, you're fumbling the spike all over the place to not get a plant down, especially when the second guy trying to plant died. But after that, you leave the spike towards yellow, you're running up for fights. NRG had the idea to try to stay alive so that you just keep the pistols going to the next round. But they're losing players in the process. You get weapon upgrades for those that kept their pistols. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's still around for NRG. I'll give them that.
Yeah. What should have been that bonus, LEV was kind of just making their way through, it looked like in the beginning. Good for NRG to come through. Mata still with the operator is going to let people know he's got it if they look over towards A.
The reason why I was saying to try to keep them alive here with just pistols into the next round, that's only 1,000 credits moving into this one here.
Yeah.
So, yes, they kept 1,000 credits, but they also freely upgraded 2 rifles. So Leviatán still has a clean buy, full armor on their end here in round number 16, staying in as a group and playing the old LEV style, the 4-1 pretty much, with text finding all the passive information so that the rest of the team can work together.
And I feel like it works if they go a little faster, right? If they're just in there and they commit to that plant. Because it didn't seem like they were too pushed off last time, just didn't have their smokes up and angles. So they go in once more for it. That's going to be the wall this time. Okeanos get the surefire plant here with King looking up high. And now they're somewhat in the same spot. No mid push just yet. It may come late with the kill going on to Sato. Or not Sato, I apologize. Mata, as Sato gets 3 inside sight. Being the aggressive jet right now. And that's going to cause pause for NRG.
Just smiling the whole time too as he's falling by. I was like, yo guys, look at my kills.
Yeah.
Or like Sato style, yo bro. Anyways.
You got to remember him and Com, who are starting to get even more frags for themselves, were having a tough start to this. And it is a part of the team that LEV needs to have that energy, have those frags from Sato, have that confidence going into the sites as well. And the moment they get it, they start to change things around.
And that's the beauty of a lot of these duelists coming into stage 2, especially on the Brazilian side. You look at Spike as well, how they commend Spike over at 2G, the timing that he's able to find here on attack side as a Neon. I think Sato is doing the exact same thing so far as this Jet and how he played as a Euro in that previous round. I mean, to updraft on top of that, to get the 3 clean kills on 3 separate occasions right over here. Heads on a swivel,
Crazy.
quick flicks to get these picks. And that's a gun round that he's playing against, and he's
I'll
winning
enable
all
you,
these
bro.
fights.
Keep taking your fight. Yeah, keep taking your fights.
She's just up on a top angle too. It's like, somebody peek me. I'm just feeling really good right now. Well, all that pressure and all that peeking is actually going to get a timeout from NRG as they lost that site to just Sato. So reorganizing who's there, how we're taking it, how they're communicating. I mean, they're up 10-6, so this is kind of a reset. I'm sure Bankar's not incredibly angry at the team, but they have so much to utilize here that I think they're kind of letting go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you had such a strong lead at a 9-3 going in from the half into this one here, and you've only picked up one round so far when they've been quite dominant on how they worked as a group, right? That was the biggest thing that helped out for NRG to pick up all these rounds on their attack side, on how quick they were to trade out. And that moment on that previous round was Sato, an opportunity to reset. Sato, an opportunity to reset. And you can't let the star duelist on a side of Leviatán do that to you. So you have to make sure here that you're a little bit cleaner on the 3-2-1s. Everything else so far from the game plan has been pretty good. I mean, they've had their players at the right positions. The beauty here that NRG has with this double controller play is that they could actually just play a little bit offside, a little bit soft here and there, because you can flood retake with the harbor walls. This time, though, it's a harbor wall in the front of that B site. Flush him towards where Mata is with this operator. But he's already forced out of his position on the top of Jenny.
Mata about to lose that dash. Wonder if the position will change or if he's got the coverage. Oh, that timing. The ping goes through, but it draws his aim a little bit too far into that wall as now they take him down on a beautiful ping coming in from Com. Sato again starts off the round, a 4v5 now to be played by NRG, who have every member here already. No, the rotation stopped from Ethan, thinking this pause from Lev gives them a thought it might go the other side. But it's not. It's instantly forward from Sato. Another one through the spam almost. Ethan just stubbing his toe here and he's down. That's going to be one. Sato looking for the ace. Looking to throw out some more PCs from iBuy here, and it could be as they lead him forward. They're going to let this happen. It is Sato coming up with the iBuy power ace.
A big hit. Ba-bum, ba-bum for sure. Another series of clean shots out from Sato. But it starts off with a beautiful combination once again. Yes, from Com's recon dart, but the slow orb coming out here from Okeanos to get the combination and punish Mata, and allowing Sato to do what he does best.
Make sure you're checking out iBuy Power on socials. Hashtag unlock your ace. The PC gave away for the first ace of the week, as well as other goodies with that $100 gift card and iBuy Power rewards. So check it out. Sato's, he's giving away PCs a lot now. So many aces, 2 aces now to start off his rookie stage. And it doesn't look like he's going to be stopping anytime soon at this rate.
Yeah. Next thing you know, he'll already catch up to Aspas with how he's currently playing.
You wonder if you just keep him going and built up with the utility behind him. He looks like he can do anything. He's going ahead. The spear of this attack right now as the team calls it forward, going towards B once again. And a little close. Yeah, saw him. He looked for a cheeky kill. Why not?
And the best thing you have, I think I heard the Blade Storm coming out here from Mata indeed.
Yeah.
So already floating and hoping for openers as you're already close and flooded close for the side of NRG. That's the first big pick. If they get a second one here, maybe a lockdown.
Ooh, blasting through their own wall. Making that defense into an offense real quick, and it's getting kind of crazy in the site as they don't have too many positions past this harbor wall now. Ethan didn't think his wall going down that fast, does lose his life for trying to put out a bit more util. Oh my God. Sam.
Oh, that was something for sure. What a flick coming through for that 2K. And that's off a thrifty round for NRG. Remember, it came down to Mata floating across. I mean, look at that again. And that's just thanks to it.
Come on!
That's just
Come
thanks to his
on,
own
bro.
util. Leveraging that lockdown after Mata gets those 2 picks. You force those players out and they just run back into your crosshair.
Ooh, timeout battles now.
I mean, you have to. That definitely knocks the wind out of your sails when you're starting to come back here on the side of Leviatán, and that happens. Mata now already dropping 20 kills before they actually even make it into 20 rounds of this half.
He's doing a lot of work. He does not like that he got those last time, and Sato was able to topple him down. I'm sure he came into this one wanting a little revenge, and he's going to make it happen. The operator, too, to start laying down the law and what angles are safe and what are not. Now it's, I think, up to Leviatán to avoid this, or at least find a way to dislodge it, but I think that is the way harder choice of all the two, or of the two. So avoiding it is probably the best goal.
I mean, they'll probably have to understand that Mata is going to be back with the operator before. And when you talk about the tip of the spear being Sato, he did an excellent job instead of dashing in to just dash away here, baiting a shot away from Mata. Kind of like what Mata did when they were going for the execution towards the A side. So I love this different types of looks on. Sometimes aggro, sometimes not on both of these duelists, on Mata and Sato. That said, though, they have their own Blade Storm. They have a res to work with. So maybe off this timeout is to stop the momentum from NRG, keeping the energy up for Leviatán, and also allowing Sato to be relatively more aggressive to try to get these picks. He'll get a free res out from Okeanos after if he falls down. But unfortunately, they might have to use that for Tex. Oh, no.
Whoa. We've all had those reses. We know that feeling. But yeah, they get Tex back up. Why not? Just a quick up and down of the gas orb in mid. Leaves an open spot for that first kill, but it is refreshed with the Sage res as they start to make their way towards A. Sato very far behind that drone, so they're going to wait on it and open up the site with a lockdown.
Now you're just playing into NRG's style now with this composition, so give up the site, play Flood retake with the double wall. Instead, they want to choose using the wall first and Flood right after the lockdown.
He knew the cascade was coming in. He changed his position to step forward. Sato reading the play gets the better of NRG as they try to waterfall into the site.
Yeah, Mata's already scratching his chin, thinking about the next round. I mean, a nice attempt by NRG's side.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for everybody to group up together to go for the Harbor Wall retake, they just wanted to play off, not allowing Leviatán to move in for even a plant after their own lockdown.
And they get the op.
Went too much for a stroll there this time for Mata. He doesn't have enough money for an operator moving into the next round. Neither does the rest of the team, in fact, in terms of mustering any type of buy.
Jeez.
It's a beautiful look from Leviatán towards the end. They have high lows from the 410, the left side swing from Okeanos,
To be honest, it's a
two
good
players
round.
on the right side.
It's about my life.
All right. Every time they can get Sato in the back of that site, it just seems like a for sure win. They cannot dislodge him in the back of A.
Now Sato gets his own 20 kills.
Yep. It's a battle. We love to see this between the duelists here. Oki with a quick flick up to Mata, not allowing anything to happen, and there are so many there. The rest of NRG can't even protect.
So you're seeing they have to do the hero play after losing a player early. Take map control somewhere else. And you hear it, lots of noise being made by Scuba to jump back down towards the boiler because they have some inserted in this spot. If anything here, he's going to hear the footsteps rotating towards the B side, if not a surprise kill right here.
Oh. A little bit of a wider swing there from Sato to help the secondary swing, and the crouch catches Sam off guard. Everything going right now for Leviatán, but they're going to be running straight into a few members. That util not really going to come into use now that you have Sam down on top of yellow, so this is all clear for Sato.
Yeah, unlucky for Scuba, gets a dink here with the ADS on the Bulldog, and Okeanos refreshes the health, so full health is their whole Leviatán roster. Looking to fight for B control, while we have an insert once again on Boiler this time for King, so he calls for their team to rotate across with 30 seconds left. Here's the rotate across, this should be a free kill now. On, yeah, to Rock.
Nice backstab from King there to insert so well. And you can see the NRG's rotation like that means they really don't know where the map control is going back and forth right now. And Lev has just kind of coined these pressure cooker plans for this stage so far. Down to red timer again, and they just have NRG wondering how to set up that defense.
It's just good heads-up play from Leviatán and how they scaled up on that map. I mean, you've never seen Mata move out towards the A nest. Yet, you have Okeanos looking up there. Gets that pick on that spot. Som gets an insert. We talked about the noise that was made towards Boiler for him to get control and a surprise kill, and Sato still checks that spot.
Yeah, I think that's one of the smart things that you bring up is Mata hasn't pushed that, right? And we didn't even see Lev go forward and happy with that kill. They backed up and went to check mid because they're like,
it's always check.
This is very different. We need to check everything. And they came up with more kills because of that cautious play and re-clearing the map. Sato. Well, it got to end it with another one, apparently. Just one more as they hide in the cove for safety.
Exactly, to try to save their weapons into the next round, yet Ethan walks out, gets punished by Sato, and you're only able to save a Boiler, sorry, not Boiler, a Bulldog into the next round. It's talking about Boiler kills right here.
Putting him on the Boiler.
No charges left.
That's a lot of heat that Sato is bringing right now. Both coaches having a little bit of time with the team recently as well, so maybe seeing how that plays out.
Yeah, both fairly new into the roster. Desmo coming into stage 2. Bonker making his return rather.
Yeah.
Here.
And now NRG are in a difficult scenario in terms of econ, but they've gotten value the previous time that they had that this scenario. But it's off of Mata. Doesn't have Blade Storm to work with this time around, but has Guardian. Playing a long game. Som picks up this orb. They'll have lockdown for the next.
Yeah.
Big round of ults for NRG in round number 22.
They move away. Okay, Sato sees one. They're gonna start dashing through everything. And yeah, setting up position. So there's no lurk this time. This is a committal. NRG is gonna have a chance to really bite down on this once they realize the members of LEV are here.
Oh no.
Maybe more kills to come through. Sato's gonna be able to trade that one back to not make it too bad. But yeah, the spike is delayed. It's gonna be a long rotation, though. Mata hasn't heard the plant, so they're keeping him off of it. Brock tries to delay it even more, calling Mata through mid to see if they can get a bit of a backstab off of his Guardian.
Hit available for the retake for Scuba.
King answers onto Sam, though. Oh, Tex finds ahead with a quick click right there. Brock's only gonna be able to do so much with this Sheriff. And we can question if it's enough, but they are moving away, so it is NRG that has to take this space uncomfortably.
Mata was looking for anybody to push out from into orange. He was waiting under tube. Nobody pushes there. They fight towards the spawn for Leviatán, and clock is not in the favor of NRG right now.
One for Brock, not enough on the defuse as he goes for another kill. He will save the Vandal out on this one. Sato has knives going into the next round, but you mentioned it. NRG is stacking ults here to try and get around for themselves and get it on the game point.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sato already used it for the opener to take control towards that
Oh, that's
B
right.
side.
He did pop it on the way into to B. You're
But
right.
that could have been super dangerous right there. That Bulldog that was saved into this round immediately broken up as the wall came through, and if there was a gap and no communications across here for NRG's side,
Ooh.
Leviatán, or sorry, I say no communication on Leviatán's side, NRG definitely could have put themselves at map and series point as they're calling out the last time out here for Bonkar. Back into a scenario where you have the operator out for Mata. We talked about the ult cycles that they should have available going to round number 22 with how they maximize their orbs, getting Som one away from the KG ult. Him dying to a player will allow for him to at least get the lockdown now.
Yeah. I think it's this is a really, really good setup that NRG has going here. Like, the future rounds for them, they've been sorted between, do we rotate because they're hitting, or do we leave somebody at the site until the last seconds and then be late to the plant? They have all the ults in the world to slow the round down, so they really don't have to do either. They can kind of stay default here, because I feel like Lev's been back and forth and getting the soft side each time.
And exactly it. Soft side is probably the name of the game so far here for NRG. I mean, you have a lockdown available.
Yeah.
I would have expected potentially having Som playing towards the A side because the KG ult would get good value for the ult retakes from screens, and have Mata play top yellow to not allow here Leviatán to get early B side control. But instead, it seems as though they want to potentially put Mata into mid control in the beginning with the op. And indeed, he'll set himself up at bottom tube.
Oh,
toe shots.
Yeah. So that's out of the timeout. That's thwarted, right? Now they got to position this differently. This play, the protocol probably still works without Mata getting a kill there. But they are coming out of this timeout really wanting to get away from that 11-10, put a bit of a round gap in between and finalize this game. Oh my God, the patience. Lev's expecting more pushes. Mata was expecting it first, and he takes down Tex.
What a heads-up play.
Oh, and another one through the window as he gets himself to safety with a dash to the left. And yeah, this is Mata's round, and it's exactly what NRG needed to up the pace.
We'll get a third.
Of course you can. He's got one more in the chamber. Is it going to be enough? He zoomed out. Oh, you give it to him. You can't stay there. He'll hit it every time. Another ace. We've got one from Sato. Mata waiting for the peak here.
I mean, it's smart for him not to chase this. NRG will put themselves at 12. He loses the op. They might not be able to buy it into the next round. I mean, I guess Brock has money to work with, but not the rest of the team.
Oh my God! To make it happen like that, son. Come on! Woo-hoo.
Oh, I was expecting King to maybe save his rifle for the rest of the round, but tried to go for the econ damage. But I just wanted to mention that part. There's 3 players waiting for him at blue to try to punish a push down towards middle. And he just isolates that single angle to get that pick. And a heads up play to move around the map and pick every single one of these players. Watch this like this.
Another eye by power ace coming through for Mata. And man, he was flicking angles too. Okay, Tex with the operator on the other side.
Where did that come from?
We'll take this. I mean, he's got a bit of little duelist in that history. Let's see what he's got.
Under tube again, all the way back from spawn.
He said shh for a moment, but that's not an ace just yet. So he's got to put up a few more. Game point, that's a big way to open though. Starting with the 5v4 conversion in your favor, and can they convert is the question. Attempt Scuba's ult here and see if he peeks out, or at least make sure he doesn't make any noise is what they're over here for.
But thanks to Mata's ace on that previous round, no ults was kind of needed here for NRG's side, so now they're leveraging this round here, trying to funnel the players back towards the A site. You have Reckoning and Lockdown to work with.
Take flight.
And the much time that you waste here on this side, you might even try to stack here or rotate ult to ult for the side of NRG.
That's clearly a different drone than Com has been using every time. That drone usually gets all the way up to the site, so they know the pressure isn't really something to be worried about at A. They're going to take a safe position, but yeah, it doesn't look like too much movement. Now that they hear the wall in mid, though, that is definitely going to activate them Vans as they start to head towards B.
There you go. There's a Reckoning first, so they want to leverage a Lockdown for the retake. Big fight from Viper to Viper inside the pit, potentially to ensue.
Plant goes down under concuss, no problem. But that is actually going to be Spike planted with a kill going back and forth. Lev bring it down 3v2 in their favor right now. Scuba! The res isn't going to work on that one. And now it's King and Com. 2 that have done it before. King holding just patiently, trying to find another tag just to help King on the close fights get through this one. Com should have the angle. No problem here. He gets King after the dart is fired, and they're working off this teamwork, just drawing the vision, making the double takes happen for NRG and making it impossible for the frag to come through. Bite down Scuba here in a huge moment, but it's going to be Com that takes the step a little bit further in to find the kill.
Somehow Leviatán is able to hold that spike. 2 players again. King Com coming up huge against NRG's retake or post-plant hold. That was sick.
Those 2 have such good chemistry when it's coming down to these moments.
Yeah, and I was just about to mention the lack of communication that came through. Okeanos ran over towards yellow side just to get the res up, but you still had Scuba inside that pit.
Yeah.
So he's not accounted for. He gets 2 free kills.
Standing ahead.
Yet again, the veterancy coming out from NRG with King and Com keeps them alive here in round number 24. All of those ults were used here by NRG on that previous round. Leviatán has a fighting chance now with the pit on their side. The last round of regulation.
That's the kind of stuff you need to hype up the young fraggers here. Okeanos and Sato go to work. Sato already making things happen. It looks like he'll be here at the front once again, ready for the team. Seeing what util they have Towards the right side, looks like he'll get another drone into the site. As they push towards yellow, and again is going to be one to hold, and it's Scuba absolutely shutting down the site to get two. A third one from Sam, and it's not looking good for Lev, but it's looking amazing for NRG. Fighting tooth and nail for these rounds, and the ones they've taken have been beautiful. This last kill now onto King. If they can find him, means NRG solidifies the best of three, and it's all but done. Until they get it. Mata's gonna finalize that kill high into the sky as he rains down blades onto King, and NRG will find the win over Leviatán.
And what a great way to close out the series, to see every single one of these players on the side of NRG step up to the plate on the last round of regulation. A 2K coming up from Scuba, a player that you wanted to see here find his groove. A slow start in week number 1, was looking great here in week number 2, and finally highlight reels, especially on that clutch of that 1v2 on this map here of Icebox. And you're starting to see here an NRG that looks more complete now, playing off each other quite well here, and it seems as though Scuba fits in quite well with the system now that Bonkar brings into the team.
And the identity is coming out a little bit more for these guys. A lot of teamwork, but a lot of star power can also happen from this squad. Ethan back on the IGLing to slow things down. And yeah, NRG definitely are able to come into their own here in this matchup.
Yeah, we talked about looking at the Leviatán versus NRG. Definitely a matchup that was going to go into a 3-mapper because these two teams were definitely finding their groove, and they're also trying to fight for playoff spot to try to get the champs. At this point here, you're definitely seeing that with the strength of schedule. It was a tough battle for Leviatán, but they still have a chance here to fight with the remaining teams that they had to fight against with for week number 4 and 5.